Nwonko. Mans with the rebound. Dijon Mans lays it in. Half a dozen for Dijon Mans. And it's a 23-point lead. Daquan Jones, the Canes break pressure, and he draws a foul. And that may be it for Dijon Mans. Blocking foul. We have a timeout on the court. 7:30 left to go here at Coral Gables. It's Miami 69, North Carolina Central 46.
It's the end of the line for engine deposits. Haviland with Deposit Shield. The deposits that attack your engine every time you drive can cause friction, robbing it of performance and fuel efficiency. Haviland shields it, because a clean engine runs better. Defend your engine. Haviland with Deposit Shield.
You don't really think about stability until you don't have it. Auto Owners Insurance has been safe, sound, and secure for over 90 years. That's stability you can count on. Contact your independent Auto Owners Insurance agent today, consistently receiving the highest rankings in growth, financial stability, and claim services in the nation. Auto Owners Insurance. The no-problem people.
New shoes?
It's the Polaris Holiday Sales Event, and you can get a free winch with select 2011s or up to $1,000 in rebates on select 2010s. At Polaris, we designed a trail-dominating legend, the Sportsman XP, to lead a new team of smooth-riding trail runners. We made a versatile, powerful, mid-size Ranger, launching a new group of value-minded workhorses. And we made the ultimate hunting vehicle, the Ranger XP, even better. Heading up a new team of hard-working hunting machines. From the #1 maker of ATVs and side-by-sides, Polaris, hardest working, smoothest riding. Now during the Polaris Holiday Sales Event, get a free winch with select 2011s or up to $1,000 in rebates on select 2010s.
Get your teams on your schedule. The all-new FoxSportsFlorida.com.
.30 left to go in the game. Here's our game summary. Wilkerson with 18, Brown with 14, the leading scorers. Reggie Johnson a double-double all in the first half. And Bob, Miami's been good from outside the arc.
Well, it's the best they've been this year. They had 9 against Jacksonville, 3 against Memphis, and 10 in this game. And that is 10 with a lot of subs in the game as they go down the stretch right now.
Dijon Mans picked up his 5th foul, so he is out of the game as Daquan Jones hits a pair of free throws. He has 9 points on the night, and it's back to a 25-point lead. Limau into the lane, blocked by Daquan, but a foul. That'll go on Reggie Johnson. That's his 3rd.
The drive, the penetration, lots of white shirts around. That was clearly blocked up top, but the foul down low, which frequently happens. Talking to the officials before the game, I was talking to them about that arc that we have underneath the basket that's not in this game, but is an experimental thing this year. You know, this has to do with the secondary defender standing underneath the basket. And they are all for that arc. They had it in the NIT, so you will see it in some of the early season tournaments, but not in the regular season. One of the points of emphasis this year that John Adams, the supervisor of officials nationally, has talked about is the swinging elbows. And he's talked to all the teams about it and officials and the TV people. That's been a very sharp area of concern.
Hurricanes break the pressure. By the way, I'm with the officials. I like the arc under the basket. The no charge zone type of thing.
Yes.
I like that. On the drive and a nice finish.
Well, if you talk to officials, Frank, they'll say to you, we have a three-point line. That tells us where the three-point shot is. Why do we not have a line where all this controversy comes in? So that's their take on it. And I think the fans will like it too, and I think by next year you'll see that on every floor in major college basketball.
Because one of the most exciting plays is the drive to the basket. And if it has no effect on the guy driving, if the guy's standing underneath the hoop, then it has no effect whatsoever. Ryan Brown with a nice baseline drive and a finish. The freshman now with 16 points tonight. Limau on a drive, pass deflected by Jones. Wilkerson rescues. McChaston tries to penetrate. Justin Limau, kick out for Wilkerson. Three ball over. DeQuan Jones is good.
Well, the smallest guy on the floor knocked down the biggest guy on the floor on that one. Reggie Johnson took a dive, and I think the official just didn't have it in his heart to call it.
Lead is 22, 73-51. Adrian Thomas. Reggie Johnson. Reggie spins baseline. Nice finish. There's those dance class steps coming into play.
I'll tell you what, he had strong hands on that too. Guy slapped at the basketball. He didn't let it up.
McChaston on a drive. Too hard off the glass. Darius Adams. Good hit ahead. Ryan Brown. On the lob, DeQuan can't finish. Maybe a little too unselfish there. Wilkerson fouled by Reggie Johnson. That basket should count, and it does. And Wilkerson now has 23. Let's take a look at more Reggie Johnson tonight.
Yeah, you're kind of starting to like him, right? Absolutely. You know, the pass opposite, which is very, very smart when he was double teamed. And then when he gets the ball in the post, active feet. Watch how they slap his arms, and he's able to get the ball up. That was a nice spin move to the baseline. He is coming. Averaging a double-double early in the season, only 20 minutes a game approximately. Some of that probably has to do with the stamina. He probably hasn't developed that with the weight loss that he's had, but that has to come.
Wilkerson completes a three-point play. He leads all scorers with 24 points. Senior out of Oxford, North Carolina.
He's a good player. He could play anywhere.
Donovan Kirk, short baseline jumper. Nicely with the rebound. And the Eagles can get this thing under 20. Clement, count it, and one. Landon Clement, his first basket of the second half. He has 10 points and a chance to complete a three-point play.
Nice handle. Weaves his way through traffic, and notice how he pushes his body into the defender to draw the foul. What Frank Haith is thinking about, I think, is that he's got Rutgers Sunday away in New Jersey at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And what he's done by playing all of these backup players for extended minutes here, he's resting his core guys as much as possible, gaining valuable experience with these players. Does it matter if they win by 30 or 19 or anything like that? It doesn't. So he's being very, very smart. And you take a look at Frank Haith right here. They're at Rutgers, then some two easy games, and then Ole Miss here, and then West Virginia, last year's Final Four entry. They are maybe the third or fourth best team in the Big East this year. That will be very, very tough.
Landon Clement too strong with the three. DeQuan Jones rebounds, but had it stolen away by Nicely. Lead is 19 for the Hurricanes. Here's Wilkerson, fouled by DeQuan Jones.
You know, North Carolina is a team that we hear a lot about last year when we're thinking ACC, right? Last year, North Carolina, Roy Williams was very upset with his team. They underachieved. This year they have Harrison Barnes. Many feel the best freshman in the nation. I think Sullinger is. But I saw them in the airport the other day. I was on my way to a game. Now, the reason that's unusual is North Carolina, they don't fly commercial usually, right?
No.
So I think he's saying, all right, we're not going to take any charters until you guys prove things. The entitlement thing ain't working this year for them.
Motivational tactic. We have a timeout with 4:20 left to go here in the ball game. Hurricanes once led it by 25. It's down to 18. We'll be right back.
Our breakout session is going to be great. Got the Gecko t-shirt, 4 million drivers switched. Gecko water bottle, notebook, chamois.
Sir, I feel a little bit uncomfortable with all this. I mean, it's not about me. It should be about how Geico's the third largest car insurance company in the nation. Things like that.
Oh, of course. We're not going to get carried away.
Yeah, all right. As long as we don't overdo it.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
The official app of the ACC is now available. You're a download away from having the Atlantic Coast Conference at your fingertips.
Oh, nice play to the steal. They got numbers.
Live scores and stats, exclusive videos, live streaming, schedules, standings, news, and more.
He's running through the secondary. Touchdown!
Download it now for your iPhone and iPod Touch.
Every curve, every contour, every hair. Philips Norelco's new SensaTouch 3D, our most advanced shave yet.
It's the Hager Trade-In Trade-Up Give Back event at JCPenney this Friday and Saturday. Bring in any pair of pants, and we'll donate them to the Purple Heart Service Foundation. Then you'll get any new pair of Hager pants for just $19.99. Pleated or flat front, work or weekend. All Hager pants are 50 to 70% off. It's a win-win for everyone. You'll look good and feel good at the Hager Trade-In Trade-Up Give Back event. But hurry, it's only for 2 days this Friday and Saturday. New look, new day, who knew? JCPenney.
4:20 left to go in this one. Miami had a 26-point lead, their largest. It's now 18. Fans, log on to foxsportsflorida.com for interviews, behind-the-scenes footage, and analysis of all your favorite Florida sports teams. It's coverage you won't get anywhere else, and it's on foxsportsflorida.com. Frank Fort, Bob Wenzel with you here in Coral Gables as C.J. Wilkerson hits the second of 2 free throws. He now has 25 points, and it's a 17-point lead.
He has a lot of ways to score. He's got the drive, he's got the three, he's pretty accurate at the free throw line. Nice timeout here by Brown.
Well, Bob, it's going to be an interesting year in the state of Florida basketball-wise. We talked about we'll have Miami Ole Miss coming up later this month. We'll also have the Orange Bowl tournament up at the Bank Atlantic Center in Sunrise on December 18th. Miami will play Central Florida, and the Gators of Florida will play Kansas State in a matchup of what is right now top 10 teams.
No doubt about it. In Kansas State, of course, coached by Frank Martin, who was down here in South Florida for many years as a high school coach. He's done a great job there. Most people feel that Jacob Pullen of Kansas State is top 5 players in America, a great guard. And, of course, Florida has a team that made the NCAA tournament last year, and 4 starters back from that team, and Patrick Young, a freshman, doing a good job there. So that's going to be very, very exciting.
Let's take a look at some more out-of-town scores brought to you by AT&T. Duke leads Colgate in the first half, and early North Carolina taking on the Golden Gophers of Minnesota in an ACC Big Ten matchup. On the inbound, the pass is stolen. Jonathan Nicely with the steal. Clement for 3. And Eric Swope with the rebound for Miami. Boy, had that thing gone down, it might have gotten a little interesting here, Bob.
Yeah, you might have seen Durant Scott and Malcolm Durant come back into the game.
Pass in the lane, loose ball, picked up by the Hurricanes. Zach Pajori lays it up and in.
He likes going over his left shoulder, doesn't he? Everything goes that way for him so far.
There's a steal by Ryan Brown. Darius Adams trying to beat the field and lays it in. Double figures for Darius Adams. He has 10. It's back to a 21-point game with under 4 to go. Clement left alone for 3. Rolls around and out, and a rebounding foul against the Eagles of North Carolina Central. That'll go on C.J. Wilkerson. 3:33 to go. We'll be back with more in Coral Gables after this.
This week, it's the Pep Boys Holiday Travel Event. Right now, buy any 3 installed Definity tires and get the 4th tire for $1. That's right. Buy 3, get the 4th tire for $1 instantly. Pep Boys will beat any tire deal by 5% guaranteed. Now through Sunday, get a head start on holiday shopping. Get Black Friday prices on great gifts for everyone on your list.
When the light comes on, just come in. Pep Boys does everything for less.
Would you believe it? He cannot stop scoring. Drogba goes on and scores. Absolutely stunning.
Sometimes the other Danas, they just don't accept me. I come up with great ideas, like know your batting stance. That was perfect. All right, I got an easy one for you guys, since you can't get any of these.
Preston Wilson.
Focus on this part right here.
Darren Erstad. I'm getting a little tired.
You're getting tired?
Yeah.
How do you think Enos Cabell feels that you don't know his batting stance? Is it my fault these guys don't know baseball?
Sun Sports is your home for the Seminoles.
And the route is on!
Catch all the action of Noles football right here with Paul Kennedy and Keith Jones. Primetime Noles, Sunday nights on Sun Sports.
College Hoops on Fox Sports Florida has been brought to you by AT&T. By Geico, 15 minutes would save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. And by Gatorade, introducing the G-Series, Gatorade has evolved. Frank Horton, Bob Wenzel with you in Coral Gables tonight. Hurricanes lead it by 21. And let's take a look at our SunTrust solid performance of the game.
Well, Reggie has been everything on the solid side of things. He's rebounded well. He's cleared space underneath. He's got a double-double in the minutes that he's played in this game. And that is the third game in a row where he's gotten the double-double. A force to be reckoned with. And how about this little dance step along the baseline for the 300-pounder? He is a very, very important player, especially since Dwayne Collins is off, drafted by the Phoenix Suns. He is going to get a lot of minutes, and I think he's going to be an extremely important player.
Eric Swope, the freshman out of Hollywood, California, hits both free throws, his first points tonight. It's 81-58. The lead is 23. Justin Lemau. C.J. Wilkerson, who's had a busy night, called for an offensive foul. Rafael Akpajori, the freshman, drew it.
Offensive foul assist against number 12, C.J. Wilkerson.
Reggie is going to get on the plane with the rest of his teammates, and they're his numbers tonight.
Miami playing at Rutgers on Sunday afternoon, Bob, and a near steal by North Carolina Central. They're going to charter out right after the game tonight.
Exactly, and they need to do that because the game's at 2 o'clock. The good news is that Reggie is resting, as is Scott and Grant, and all of the rest of these players are getting a lot of minutes in the second half. So his starters and core players for Frank Haith will be rested when they go up there and play in the Big East. Now, keep in mind, number 1 and number 3 in your screen right there are from the New York area. Brooklyn in the case of Malcolm Grant, and of course Manhattan in the case of Duran Scott. So a lot of their folks and friends and people will be at that game. Rutgers only about 35 minutes outside New York City.
By the way, the freshman, speaking of big guys, Rafael Akpajori with 8 points. You saw the dunk at one end. C.J. Wilkerson came back with a basket for his 26th and 27th points of this game. But Akpajori's given Frank Haith some nice minutes here in the second half.
Yeah, development of interior players.
Akpajori again. Tried to find Donovan Kirk. There's a steal by Nicely. Lemau the other way. Justin Lemau on the drive, gets it over Akpajori and in. 7 points for Lemau. Under 2.5 to go. Canes by 21. They'll pick up their second victory of the season. North Carolina Central will drop to 1-2. Darius Adams trying to get away from Lemau, who fouled him from behind. North Carolina Central, who took Oklahoma to overtime on Monday. So, judging from that, Miami's played pretty well tonight, Scott.
Oh, you know, I don't think there's any question. Frank has to be happy about this. We talked to him at practice today, and he told both of us that he's very pleased with the development of his team so far. A lot of people are questioning whether they're going to be as good as they were last year, or are they going to move up in the ACC, and all of that is down the road. You know, I think he's got to just focus on what's in front of him right now. And this was a dangerous game. You know, all coaches hate these kind of games when they actually have to play them, because you just never know what's going to happen. To his credit, his team was mentally ready for this game. They did not underestimate the opponent at all. They came out hard right from the very beginning, and they played hard the whole game. So it's a very, very good play for them. And, of course, now they're going to get increased competition, although Rutgers is down. They're probably in the bottom of the league in the Big East. But this is a good time for him to get his team on the road a little bit as well.
And without a big night from Durant Scott, who did not have a field goal in tonight's game, Malcolm Grant had 8 points. So, you know, you're looking at about a 20-point margin here without a big night from the guys who have led your team in scoring.
Yeah, and I think throughout the season, the backcourt will be the strength of this team.
A couple of key home games coming up. We'll have the game against Mississippi on the 30th. Bob and I will call that here on Fox Sports 4. As you mentioned, West Virginia was the Final Four team, and then that ACC schedule gets going, and anything can happen in ACC games. You know, Miami was 4-12 last year, but they took Duke to the limit twice.
Yeah, and they get the Tar Heels also at home, which is nice for them.
Marcus Graham at the line for North Carolina Central as the Eagles are in the double bonus.
Substitution. Now checking in number 21, P.J. Taylor.
Number 21, P.J. Taylor in the game for North Carolina Central.
You know, there have been some upsetting scores in the ACC this year. Kennesaw State beats Georgia Tech, and Stetson, you know, wins against an ACC team, Wake Forest. So there's been some disturbing games if you're an ACC fan.
Reach-in foul called against Jeremy Ingram as Ryan Brown tried to make his way to the hoop, and that's the 10th team foul on the Eagles. Ryan Brown will go to the line for a pair of free throws. Ryan Brown's had quite a night tonight, the freshman with 3 points in his first 2 games as a Miami Hurricane, looking for his 17th of tonight's game.
Look at his mouth on this, too. Besides all of the good things that he does out there on the floor, he is very loyal to his school, right?
The orange and green mouthpiece
is orange and green. Nice player.
Short on that one, but Donovan Kirk with another Miami offensive rebound. And he'll lean up and put it off the glass and in. 6 points for Donovan Kirk. Miami, Bob, has just owned the offensive board tonight.
Yeah, and they did against Memphis, too. I think it's going to be a strength of this team against a lot of teams they play.
Pull-up jumper is an air ball. And Marcus Graham. Hurricanes come the other way. This is Ryan Quigtar, the walk-on. Had it stripped as he got in the lane. Graham the other way. Layup and in by Ingram off the feed from Graham. Jeremy Ingram now has 4. Under a minute to go. Canes lead by 21. Ryan Quigtar with a crossover. Feed to Swope, who elevates and dominates. Eric Swope, the freshman.
And Quigtar gets the assist, so he's in the box score as well. You gotta love that.
The walk-on, a fan favorite here at Miami. Ingram with a 3 off the glass, no. And Donovan Kirk has the carom, and Miami does not need to take another shot. They lead at 88-65. Ryan Brown will just hold it outside. Miami got a lot of players in the game. They got a lot of players on the score sheet. And with Bob, 4 games in the next 8 days, I think that's important that they were able to rest some guys here in the second.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about that. It was an ideal situation for them, and they had to fight hard to do it. They played hard, and they got the result that they wanted. Terrific play by Miami. I tell you, this kid Brown is going to be a good one for them. That adds depth to the backcourt. And, of course, the core of the 2 guards, Scott, Grant, and inside Johnson. That is the core of this group.
Miami led it by 12 at the half. as many as 26, and they finish up with a 23-point victory. Ryan Brown with 17 to lead the Miami Hurricanes. C.J. Wilkerson, 27 for North Carolina Central. For Bob Wenzel, I'm Frank Ford. For our entire Fox Sports Florida crew, this has been a special presentation of Fox Sports Florida. Our next Miami basketball broadcast Tuesday, November 30th, when the Canes take on Mississippi right here in Coral Gables. Check us out online at foxsportsflorida.com.
A 5.3-liter V8, an EPA estimated 21 highway miles per gallon, and 20-inch chrome-clad wheels will take you through a lot of rivers and plenty of woods. During the GMC holiday event, get 0% financing plus $1,500 allowance on the Sierra Z60, plus no monthly payments until spring. It's our best offer of the year.
Football fans, it's time to get your game on. Get to your neighborhood Publix for a chance to win an Orange Bowl Festival experience, including tickets to this year's Discover Orange Bowl and Bud Light Game Day Fan Zone. One grand prize winner will receive National Championship Package for 2 with game tickets, airfare, and hotel, and tickets to the 2011 Discover Orange Bowl. Register at your neighborhood Publix. While you're there, pick up tailgate supplies from Bud Light, Coca-Cola, Kind Snacks, Active Water, Ken's Food, Frito-Lay, and Nature's Own. Be a part of Orange Bowl history. Get to Publix and register today.
If basketball is your passion, then connect the right way at ihoops.com. ihoops.com is the ultimate online resource for youth basketball, designed to take your knowledge and skills to the next level. ihoops.com has something for everyone who loves and plays the game. Discover coaching techniques with animated playbooks and learn the fundamentals of the game from those who play it best. Connect at ihoops.com, the official youth basketball initiative of the NCAA and the NBA.
From LA Live in the City of Angels, welcome to the season finale of Fight Night Club, the boxing series that brings you tomorrow's champions today. Headlining tonight's show, undefeated prospect Carlos Molina has the stage all to himself after dangerous David Rodella was forced to pull out of the main event. As his perfect record shows, Molina is always ready to battle. Tonight he faces Puerto Rico's John Figueroa, signaling Molina's full-fledged campaigning in the lightweight division.
Welcome to Club Nokia in downtown Los Angeles for a night full of future